Okay, today is August 16th, 2017. It's been exactly a week since I've posted my last update on how the gardening was doing. And I'm just going to go through again, walk through everything, pretty much explain what I've been doing. And I just want to keep this record, keep it going, keep it updated. Here we go. I'm going to start off with these potatoes. I actually harvested one of these plants today. It already died, shriveled up, so I took it out. It was right here. These two aren't doing so well. Those darn bugs have been eating them to death, just like these. Down to just the stems, pretty much. I haven't sprayed them at all, which is my fault, but I don't like using pesticides. These are potatoes we actually eat, so I'm not growing them just for fun. That one's actually doing alright, so let's move in here to the main garden. In the last video I had a nice zucchini, but I actually cut that bad boy off. It was pretty darn big. But I got another one going right there, another one right in there, another one back in there. This guy's doing pretty well. It rained over the weekend, and I skipped one day watering it, but I did water it today in the morning. It's definitely enjoying that. I didn't mention what I did for the potatoes, but I always keep the potatoes wet. You know, if it's going to be super hot, I'll water them in the morning and at night. But it's been reasonable temperatures, not too unbearable, so I just water them once. Typically it's in the morning. Alright, the romaine, this stuff is going crazy. I obviously already harvested it, but I'm letting this sprout up so I can get the seeds for next year. And these are all I'm letting grow up too. Sweet Million Cherry, I think this is what this tomato plant is. This one's doing well. I haven't watered these, well, since the rain. I think I've watered them once. But this is my heirloom, a couple celebrities, and a Roma. That's doing really well. It's taller than me. Check out the Swiss chard here. This guy's still doing pretty darn good, I'd say. This stuff is awesome. I think we cut some of this up and put into a salad not that long ago. It's excellent. It's not, everybody says it's kind of a bitter green, but it's not that bitter to me, especially the white and green ones are super sweet, sweeter than celery, in fact. And then going to the sweet corn, this stuff is doing pretty darn good. I've actually got about 4 ears growing on some of these. But I might actually have to start peeling some of them down. It may be preventing them from filling out, so I got to keep my eye on that. But the Swiss chard and the sweet corn, I pretty much water every day. If it's going to be super hot, I water it once at night, and then, or in the morning, and then once at night. But if it's bearable temperatures, I'll just do it once in the morning. Alright, I'm going to walk out of here and go to the outside of the garden. Try to keep this video short. Lemon thyme and the rosemary right here. This is the rosemary, lemon thyme. This stuff smells so good. Use it often for cooking potatoes in the morning. This needs to be transplanted. It's growing, or outgrowing its pot there. Look at this potato plant. This is just one red potato, that big old thing. It's huge. Especially since last week, it's grown a lot. And then there's one little gold one right there. So nice. But these are doing pretty good as far as bugs not eating on them. I hope this isn't some type of a rust problem. It looks like it might be heat damage because it's finally going over the edges of this thing, but I'll have to pay attention to that. I don't want it to spread, so. All the Swiss chard through here, the green leaf lettuce, sweet corn, this is all doing super well, I'd say. Go ahead and give it a quick walk by of everything. This stuff is wonderful to put in salads or on sandwiches. It's that green leaf lettuce. It's doing super good. There's actually a gnarly spider living in there. I like to leave him be so he can eat all the bugs that's crawling on it. if there are any, but yeah, everything's looking well. This guy, he's kind of bent over, but I'm waiting for him to get some seeds going. This thing is gnarly, though. I don't know if you can see how thick that is, but now you cut that thing up and dip it into ranch or whatever. Whatever your favorite dipping sauce is. It's super good, healthy for you. Yeah, all this corn's super tall. That's way up there. Way taller than me. But yeah, I got like 3 going on there. I know that one's a 4. Doesn't have the female parts growing out yet, but I know it's gonna be having it soon. Okay. That's all looking well. Let's go on to the pumpkin. I got a new setup for the pumpkin. I removed the cage around it, and I put in a couple of stakes. One here and then one on the other side of the plant. Put a couple of screws into each one of these 2x2s and ran some paracord on either side to give it a nice platform for the pumpkin to grow down. And I'm giving it quite a bit of space between it and the soil, so that way the pumpkins grow nice and big. I'd say that's about the size of a tennis ball. Not too bad. It's the biggest pumpkin I got going on there. There's another one that's going to be starting there soon, right there. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm leaving that dwarf one there that I mentioned in the last video, just because I want the bumblebees or whatnot to land on it, grab some pollen, and immediately pollinate this one next to it. I figured that's the best way to get the that gene variety in there. So anyhow, this bad boy's doing well. I also cut off an extra limb. This is an extra limb growing off. Usually you don't let those grow, but I'm gonna let it do like a 90-degree shape here. But there was another limb growing off right next to this other tennis ball shaped pumpkin. I cut that off today. You can see it right there where I cut it. And that's just gonna make sure all that energy is being put into growing that pumpkin and not into, you know, branching itself out or whatnot. And alright, I'm gonna finish up the video with the Honeycrisp apple tree. Oh, that's our new hunting blind back there, letting it air out and stuff. Anyway, Honeycrisp apple tree, this bad boy is doing very well. The new green leaf sprouts are doing good, which I'm super happy about. Put it in probably the beginning of June, maybe a little bit sooner. I can't exactly remember, but it's taken to the ground. I'm very happy about that, and I spray it pretty good on the leaves to make sure no bugs are living on it. I spray it with the hose, not with pesticide. I probably should. It's not bearing fruit or anything just yet, but I should think about protecting it a little bit more. And obviously water this super well. All the grass around is dead, but the grass in here is super tall and green, lush. Also need to mow it, pull out some of those weeds. Anyhow, I'm watering this just the same every night. It's going to be super hot. I do it in the morning and at night. And darn it, I forgot to mention the pumpkin. If it's super hot, I'll water it, but typically I'll wait 2 or 3 days to give it water. As soon as I started growing it, it turned yellow a lot when I was watering it, so I had to be careful how much I was giving it. The shop right here, being so close to it, kind of blocks the sun, so I think that was playing a part. But anyway, going back to the Honeycrisp apple tree. Can I really say about this guy? I think that's really all I've been doing. Any of the new sprouts that have been popping up down here at the trunk, I've been being sure to trim those off. I don't want it giving too much energy into the new limbs down there. They're not needed. And it hasn't been sprouting any new green stuff right here at the center stalk. So I don't know, I might have to cut that. I can see where it's sprouting some new stuff right here, so maybe I'll have to cut it right there and let it keep going. I don't know. I'll see. Anyhow, maybe I'll let you see some of the other stuff we got growing here. I don't know exactly what this is. We got it from a neighbor, but I water the crap out of it. It doesn't mind it. Some tall grass, decorative stuff. Got a bunch of snakes. Some frogs. It's a nice little habitat we got going here for stuff. But anyway, there you go. That's how we're doing so far. August 16th, 2017. Staying pretty good and hot. We did get rain this weekend. It's rain after quite a while. Had I not been watering all this stuff, it guaranteed would have been dead. Well, anyway, hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll be sure to update you guys next week on how everything's doing. Alright, see you on the next one.